Hello everybody. Quite a lot of people are surprised that I'm still on a 125 after riding for over 4 years now. And so am I, but not at the same time. So I'm gonna explain to you how I ended up getting a bike and why I'm still only on a 125. And you'll see why. Basically, it all starts in 2005. I got a job at a petrol station. Within about a year, I went from being just a CSA up to my bike's not warmed up yet. Up to a assistant manager, basically. Ooh, great gear change. And everything was going good and well with that job, and I was earning a decent wage at the time, and I had so much spare money that I decided, and this was the big mistake, that I should also explain I'm also a photographer and have been for about 10 years now, maybe 11, I'm not sure, it's been so long. And I decided, do you know what? I'm earning enough money now that I can actually buy the camera that I want. So I did. So what I did was I got a credit card, and the plan was buy the camera on the credit card, pay it off over the year, and it would be all fine. Now this camera cost just over £2,000 for just the body alone. I already had lenses and stuff, so I just needed the body. And everything was fine at first, until the company was sold, and it changed hands and turned from a Texaco to a Summerfield, or Scummerfield as we like to call it when you work there. And I then had to get, the opening hours changed, and I had to get some form of transport to get to and from work, because I had to get there before the buses ran, and to get home after the buses ran, because I used buses before then. So I'm earning a lot. So yeah, so I got my bike. Didn't have the money at the time, but literally had a couple. I was given an ultimatum, which was get some way of getting here, or you ain't gonna have a job. So I got my bike, and lots of things went wrong soon after that. Like I was demoted from being a assistant manager, basically because my manager who came in then didn't like the fact that I knew how to run the business a bit better than he did, mainly because I'd been running the shop with my manager, but it was like we were both managers, and we did the same job basically. She just was in charge. He came from a tiny little petrol station with just like one of those tiny little cabins for a shop. So it had a few sandwiches and a few drinks, and that was it. And he didn't like the fact that I knew a bit more about it than he did, and he chose the first opportunity to get me in trouble, which was I'd worked from 3 in the afternoon till 11:30 at night, went home, hadn't gone to sleep, it was at 2 o'clock in the morning, got a phone call from the alarm company saying, your alarm's going off, you got to go and have a look. So I was like, fine. I used to get paid 25 quid for getting out of bed. It was brilliant. So I went down there. It was an alarm on one of the freezers because the door hadn't been closed properly because someone had put some advertising in the way. So fixed that, went to reset the alarm wouldn't reset because the alarm itself had never been set because there was a problem with the back door. Someone had opened the back door, the alarm needed resetting, no one had set the alarm, and and I had to wait till 6 o'clock in the morning for an engineer to arrive to sort out the codes on the alarm, because it was just like it had like an error log, and once there was too many things in it, it wouldn't work, and we didn't know how to reset it because they wouldn't tell us. Handy, eh? Yeah, so then I went home. I said to my manager, look, I've been here all night, I've had no sleep, can I not have today off and get cover? No, you've got to come back. So I went back 3 o'clock next day, did all the jobs that I had to do, but because when one of my members of staff went outside for a fag, I went and stood with him because I was just sick of the building and seeing the inside of it, as I've been there for basically a day or two straight. I might be not entirely the youngest person. Well, I mean, I am young, obviously. I'm only 26 now, and the time I was like 20, I don't know, 22. I was just pissing about with him, talking, and then I made some cat noises through a plastic cone, and that's what got me in trouble, because a customer heard, apparently, and made a complaint, which I never saw proof of. All I saw was what he saw on the camera, making assumptions. But yeah, that soon enough got me demoted. So there I am, got credit card with money on it, which has also gone up a bit because I'm now earning a lot less money than I was. And I also had a crash, so I had to pay my excess and stuff and buy a new helmet and stuff. That all went on the credit card. So I went from being in a good situation to being in a really bad situation very quickly. I then went and worked for a local company that sold electrical appliances. So I became a salesman stroke white goods installer and TV installer. And while on holiday, I've been there 8 months. While I was on holiday, I had a letter that said, I'm very sorry, but due to blah blah blah, your performance, blah blah blah, we've decided we're going to end your contract. And here's quite a large amount of money compared to how long I've been there as severance pay. What actually had happened was the boss never liked me. He's a very old-fashioned company, and he didn't like people, and he would just make it obvious. He didn't like me because I had big feet. My nickname was Bootsy in secret, but I knew straight within about 5 minutes of it occurring. I have big feet. I have to wear boots. Thus I'm called Bootsy, and he just really hated me because I do my job. I was friendly and polite to everyone. I had letters from customers saying how good I was at my job, but he just didn't like me, and that didn't really matter. Lots of people actually complained when they found out that I'd been sacked, because they told everyone at first that I'd left, and I hadn't. So yeah, so there you are. So I'm now moved from it's gone from being in a good situation to being in a very bad situation into being in an even worse situation. When I left that job, I said that's when the recession was starting to hit. So I was. The other reason he sacked me is because while I was on holiday, they moved one of the engineers from upstairs downstairs and realised they could get rid of my salary, keep him on as an engineer, and he could do both jobs because they had so little work. Because people don't repair electrics anymore, people just buy new ones. So then I went looking for a job, and the first job I found was as a barman in the pub that I still work in now. And as of next couple of weeks, I will have been there for 3 years. If this is this tree cutting again, I'm going to go nuts. So yeah, so basically I got myself into a bad situation with money. I'm now earning less money than I've ever earned. And because of the recession, I can't find a job that's going to pay me a decent amount of money. So that's why I am still on a 125, because literally I cannot afford it. Now, when I got hit by a car, you'll see videos for that. Not actually me getting hit, but the whole situation. as of tomorrow, I'll be paying off probably half, if not 3/4 of my debt. So I'm hoping that in the next year I can clear my debts, and then maybe the year after that I'll have enough money to buy a bike. I will be doing everything I can. So yeah, so that's basically a long reason why, but that's why I've got myself into the situation that I am on a 125 and I can't progress. And it wasn't such a problem a couple of months ago, because I had a 125 to get to work, my girlfriend had a car, so we were fine. Until after 3.5 years of us being together, she decided that she changed her mind and left, which was great. But fuck it, shit happens, and you got to move on. So yeah, think of this bike being a sign of the ball and chain of my debt. But I love this ball and chain. I really do. I would never sell this bike. If I go to get another bike, I'll just buy one. I'm going to keep this bike, because this bike and me have gone so far together. I've done so many things that I've worked so hard to keep the thing going. Bikes are better than girlfriends, people, because a bike will never let you down. Well, that's not entirely true. Sometimes bikes do let you down, but the thing is, you can fix bikes. No, I'm not in a relationship with my bike. Well, it's not official, it's not on Facebook yet. Oh, talking of socialness, I am going to lose my mind if I'm stuck in this traffic much longer. I am going to set up a Skype address, which you're going to see somewhere around, I don't know where the cameras are, somewhere around here. Yeah, here? Here? No, here. It's here. See, there. Just basically, I mean, I've got a Skype address, but I'm not about to give out my personal one. But I'd be interested in chat to some of you people, and I have been asked by a couple of people if I have Skype, and I'm like, well, I do, but I'm not going to give you my address at the moment. I don't know you. So yeah, so add me on Skype if you want to have a chat at some point. And I think I'm going to leave you here for now. Okay. Did you just notice what just happened then? There is diesel back there. I used my front brake and that didn't go well. Someone nearly managed to get a video of them crashing. But I'm a pro, and I haven't shit my pants.